Hi, I'm Jeff Kirstein with Sports Therapy Pros. In this video, we're going to be talking about pains in the hip. Now, the hip is a awkward joint or a hard joint to deal with because so many muscles attach into it and so many different things are at play when people have pains in the hip. Sometimes it can be in the back, sometimes it can be on the side, sometimes it can even be in the front. One of the things that we try to focus on here at Sports Therapy Pros is to help people with hip and range of motion issues. So we will focus on doing stretches on the medial rotators. We will focus on releasing glute medius, which rides at the top of glute maximus, which will help release the hip and attaches onto the hip. We will focus on helping so the hips are actually aligned up well as we do our massage to help people's bodies actually function at the best level possible. Massage for healing is what we try to focus on here. So how can we help people that have troubles in their hip? Well, again, there's lots of different things that can be related to that. If they're athletes, for instance, and they're trying to perform better, sometimes we might talk to them about how it is that they're doing what it is they're doing. For instance, a runner might complain. I've had people come in and talk about their running pains. Well, if you talk to them about their running stance and you work with runners, you can find that sometimes or many times people who have trouble with their hips, who are runners, normally are running with their feet in front of their body. Now you might say that makes perfect sense that their feet should be in front of their body, but if your foot actually isn't landing when your body is straight up and down, if your foot isn't landing directly under your body, then you're using those hip flexor muscles too much and you'll wear yourself out. It's great for sprinting for a short distance, 100 yards, 50 yards, maybe even a little longer than that. But at some point, you are just relying on those muscles exclusively and not relying on the hams, which are supposed to be pulling the leg back and helping you with your running. So we can help with not only in dealing with how you're performing, be it through running or in whatever sport, we can also help in making sure that the muscles are moving the way they need to and help them to perform better so you can perform better. We also help with people that have had hip surgery or hip replacement. Now that at times can be complex because they can be dealing with scar tissue, they can be dealing with pain that's related from the surgery, and they might say, well, how can this help? Well, for one thing, we can help relax the fascia that attaches into and around the hip, as well as the fascia that makes up the IT band, which it attaches at the hip. And those two things alone can do a great difference in helping the hip relax. We can also show people on how to stretch their piriformis, either while sitting or on a table or lying on the floor, and we can use that to help free up the sciatic nerve and help take away some pains in the glute, or what would be coming around towards the hip. It's not fully in the hip, but it's in the butt area more. But we can show them how to do that so they can actually feel better and move better if they're dealing with tight muscles there. In general, if you're dealing with a muscle issue and you're not sure how to help that muscle perform, especially if it's attached in the hip area, somewhere in the glute hip area, please give us a call because we'd be happy to help you figure out what those issues are and if you would be best served by working with us or working perhaps with someone in another specialty. I appreciate your time and I thank you for watching. I'm Jeff Kirstein with Sports Therapy Pros.